Good morning out there in the DFS community. It's Vaughn, the Stat Man, coming into your YouTube airwaves, and welcome to the Stat Room. Alright guys, before I get into this video, let me just say guys, if you're looking for a new way to play fantasy, if you're tired of the rake, try FantasyDraft guys. I have a link down below in the comment section and description section of this video. If you're tired of rake, what rake means is the money that they add on the contest. FanDuel has a 22% rake, meaning that if you play against 100 people, they add 22 for the rake. DraftKings has an 18% rake. They add 18 players to the contest. If it was 1,000 people, they add 180. So your odds of cashing go down. All right, guys, so let's get into the first segment of this video, which is witness protection. It's the Week 10 edition of the guys who let us down. The guys who were the opposite of great. The guys who killed our fantasy. The guys who just can't get right. These guys are in witness protection. First up, we have Ezekiel Elliott. You know that after you sign a big-time contract, you're supposed to play a big-time game. I guess you forgot that part, Mr. Elliott. 7.3 fantasy points. No! You are in witness protection. And I know you were coming off of an injury, but you were going up against the worst pass defense in the whole NFL. Drew Brees, I can't give you a break. You were the worst quarterback this week in fantasy, so you are in witness protection. And Mr. Diggs, a few weeks ago, you called your quarterback out. Now, you didn't have Thielen in the lineup, so you had all the catches you can handle. And you got us 3 catches for 40 yards. I'm so disappointed in you. So you are in witness protection. Woo! Good morning out there, everyone. All right, guys, so before I get into these wonderful picks, ladies and gentlemen, let me get into my positive word. Now, for the people who don't want to hear the positive word, just skip past the first minute. But I'm going to get into my positive word before I get into this video, guys. So today's positive word will be why. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you do what you do? When you wake up in the morning, you have to have a clear why. Some people's why is they want to give their family a better life. Some people's why is because they don't want to be poor no more, or they want to have their own business, or they want to make a lot of money. But when your why is clear, nothing and no one can stop you. So, ladies and gentlemen, take today to just sit back and think, why do I do what I do? And if it's strong, you will have a fruitful life. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there with why. All right, guys, so before I get into this video, let me introduce myself. Guys, I am Vaughn the Stat Man. You can follow me on Twitter at Vaughn the Stat Man. And guys, check out the website, vaughnthestatman.com. All right, we had an amazing week in the NFL. I did good in the main slate, 1 p.m. slate, and in the 4 p.m. slate. I'm also doing a special for the rest of the season, and all of that will be in the comment section of this video. So read the comments and also comment below, guys. And if you also watch me for the first time, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the future videos. All right, guys, so we have a nice slate on tap, guys. We have Jacksonville at Indianapolis, the New York Jets at Washington, New Orleans at Tampa Bay, Buffalo at Miami, Houston at Baltimore, Denver at Minnesota, Dallas at Detroit, Atlanta at Carolina, Arizona at San Francisco, Cincinnati at Oakland, New England at Philly. All right, guys, so right now in DFS, you have 4 quarterbacks that are separating themselves. Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and Kirk Cousins are starting to separate themselves. The MVP race is now down to, it's a 3-horse race. Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes. I don't think Mahomes will get it this year because he's been injured. So I think it's going to be between Russell Wilson and Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson did win the head-to-head matchup, so I believe he has the slight edge. All right, guys, so let's go through the QB position real quick. Okay, you have Lamar Jackson going to be home against Houston. This is going to be the game of the week. Everybody is going to watch this because this is must-see TV. Both of these quarterbacks are absolutely amazing. Both of these quarterbacks can give you 20-plus fantasy points. Lamar Jackson has had 20 in every game this year except one. Next, you have Drew Brees at Tampa Bay. Now, Drew Brees had a bad first game back. That's because in the NFL, you typically don't do well your first game back, and that was my apologies for giving you him on his first game back. He still gave you 11 points, which wasn't a complete dud, but it's still better than what Drew Brees normally gives. Next, you got Deshaun Watson. Now, Deshaun Watson, he hasn't faced a defense like Baltimore, and he's the most sacked quarterback in the league. If you look at his numbers, 19, 27, 19, 31, 41, he had that potential. But the teams he put the numbers up against were the two worst defenses in the league. I don't expect him to have a super big day in Baltimore, but he will be productive. Next, you got Prescott. Now, Prescott has done well against the inferior teams, not so well against the good teams. He's going against Detroit. If Darius Slay plays, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. But he's somebody who still put up 21 straight points in 3 straight games. So Prescott can definitely give you the numbers. Against Detroit, I would say he still gives you about 20. All right, now Garoppolo is starting to take shape ever since they picked up Emmanuel Sanders. Last game, he was going up against Seattle. That was a snot knocker. That was a division rival. He's about to go up against another division rival. But this division rival doesn't have the defense, so Garoppolo is the one that you might want to consider. Now, Stafford against Dallas. He's questionable, so check back later to see who he plays. But Stafford is another one who's been giving you 20+. He's been one of the better fantasy quarterbacks as well. Brady at Philadelphia. This is one of the worst pass defenses in the whole NFL. Philly stops the run extremely well. Brady is coming off of a bye. He's coming off of an embarrassing loss. This is one of those games where I see Brady coming out throwing like 3 touchdowns. Allen at Miami. I expect Allen to have a big game against Miami. In Miami, they have one of the worst rush defenses and pass defenses. Allen likes to run the ball. I see him getting a rushing touchdown. All right, Kirk Cousins home against Denver. Kirk Cousins, ever since Thielen called him out, ever since Diggs called him out, and ever since the coach basically said they needed more out of him, his numbers have been pretty solid, guys. 19, 21. He had the 111-point game, but that game he didn't need to do much because they ran it down their throats. Then he had 29, 28 respectively. Kirk Cousins is someone who also could be in play. Winston home against New Orleans. New Orleans is going to be pissed off. They're coming off of a bad loss, and I love New Orleans at home. I love New Orleans on the road. Tampa Bay stops the run well. They so against the pass, but I don't really like Winston in this matchup. Ryan at Carolina, not a fan of that matchup. Murray at San Fran. Murray is a quarterback that can scramble. When a quarterback can run the ball, he's always in play. So, the quarterback that I'm going to give you guys, Lamar Jackson. Houston's pass defense is not that good. Lamar Jackson can run it. He can throw it. I believe that Lamar Jackson is going to have a 3 or 4 touchdown game. Houston defense is very shaky. They don't have any kind of a pass rush. Their cornerbacks cannot cover that well. I think Lamar Jackson is poised for a monster game. All right, at the running back position, you got McCaffrey against Atlanta. Now, Atlanta does stop the run pretty well. But let's look at McCaffrey numbers, guys. Even when he played, Green Bay was a bad run defense, right? He put up 23. Tennessee, good run defense. He put up 36. 25 against San Francisco. Tampa Bay, good run defense, 19. This guy McCaffrey is a must start every week. So if you have the money, you can definitely run McCaffrey. Now you got Cook. Cook is phenomenal. I like him against anybody. Elliott against Detroit, that's a great matchup. But I'm giving you Josh Jacobs. And This guy is just amazing. He's going up against a bad run defense. I think Jacobs get 2 touchdowns in this matchup, guys. So run him up with confidence. All right, at the wide receiver position, you got Thomas at Tampa Bay. That's a phenomenal matchup. But at 9,000 and for a receiver that might not get a touchdown, he's going to catch 11 balls. So he might have 11 catches for 120 yards. He'll still get you 20 points. But I think you can find better value elsewhere. Hopkins at Baltimore, I don't like that matchup at all. I think he's going to be going up against the Ravens' number one cornerback, or he's going to go up against Jimmy Smith, who is now back healthy. The Ravens have 3 shutdown cornerbacks. It's going to be hard to throw the ball on them. Evans against New Orleans, that's a decent play. Cooper at Detroit, if Slay plays, I think Slay can take him out of the game. Godwin is a better option. Jones at Carolina, that's an excellent play. You got Galladay at Dallas, that's a decent play. You got Edelman at Philly. I'm giving you Edelman. And the reason why I'm giving you Edelman, guys, Edelman in his last game on the field, he fumbled against the Ravens, and they were trying to come back and win the game, but Edelman fumbled. I believe he is going to have a super big game against Philly's horrible pass defense. All right, guys, and last but not least, the boomstick play of the night is none other than, I'm giving you Darren Waller. So that's going to be the boomstick play of the night, but I'm still going to go through a few of the tight ends. Now, you want to check back, because I'm going to do another video on Friday once the injury report is out, because this 4 horsemen might change. But I do love Kittle against Arizona. I do like Andrews against Houston. But Waller is going to be my play. Hooper is questionable, so you have to check back on Friday when the injury report is released to see if he still plays. Then you have Ertz at New England. I do like that matchup as well. Cook at Tampa Bay. That matchup is juicy. Witten at Detroit. Witten, he gets 3 or 4 balls a game, but he doesn't get more than 6 or 7 yards, so I don't like that matchup. Dole home against Jacksonville. I do like that matchup because you can expose Jacksonville's linebackers. Hawkinson at Dallas. Against Dallas, I love that matchup. Howard home against New Orleans. I don't like that matchup. Ebron, I love that matchup. All right, so guys, I'm giving you Darren Waller. All right, guys, so that's it. Jackson, Jacobs, Edelman, and Waller. All right, guys, so that's it, guys. And I also hope you guys had enjoyed the witness protection segment. And guys, write down and write a comment of who you think should have been in witness protection. And also, guys, anything else you might want to comment down below. All right, guys, so that's it, guys. Don't forget to win-win. That means give people what they want so you can get what you want. And, guys, don't forget to think in ink. That means write it down so that way it can come true. And, ladies and gentlemen, know your why. Because when you know why you are doing what you are doing becomes fun. Love you guys.